Hello, welcome back to the Modelling Cave build update. I think this is part 4, is it? As you can see, no trestles out the front, no work in progress. I'm pretty much finished. Haha! Let's take you inside and have a look. I'll just kick off my shoes so I don't mark the new lovely carpet which I've just laid, and consequently I've got a really bad back and I'm struggling to walk, so excuse the grunting and groaning. So yes, it's finished. Gables are done, which weren't done last time you were here. It's all whiting out a bit because everything's so white at the minute. So yes, other gables done at the front as well. The dark patches up there are just wet paint that hasn't dried yet. Yeah, we're all finished. We're all finished, and I've just, like I say, a few minutes ago finished laying this carpet, which I'm quite chuffed with. It's just, I literally walked into the carpet shop and said, I want 10 or 11 square meters of your cheapest carpet. So it's literally that really thin felt backed stuff. I didn't want to be precious about it. Ultimately, I'm coming in from the garden. I'm going to be spilling paint and Christ knows what in here. So I didn't want to feel like I was going to be precious about it. So I've just bought the cheap. I think it cost me 40 quid for the whole lot. But unfortunately, you can't put underlay under it. Underlay. So it's glued down. It's just felt backed and glued down. And I've never fitted a carpet before, so I've had to kind of work it out and just sort of muddle through like I've done with everything on this build. I've got a couple of little wrinkles on this far side, but they're going to be under the bench anyway. There's one or two sort of spots in the middle, very small little lumps, but I think they'll sort of go down as it's walked on. So I've glued it all down, and then I've gone around the edge with a big heavy duty staple gun, and I've stapled all the edges down to the floor as well, just as a sort of belt and braces. But yeah, I don't think it looks too bad. I think it's quite good. It hasn't dulled the echo down as much as I was hoping it would. It's still quite echoey in here. So I'm hoping once I get the furniture in, which will be tomorrow, I'll get all that built up. And a few other bits and bobs that'll start to break up the sound a bit and knock the echo down, because it is very boomy in here. Yeah, hopefully that'll die down a little bit. So what can I tell you? Okay, yes, so painting's finished. So this was base coated with primer, undercoat, wood undercoat. I used a mixture of an electric spray gun, just a cheap one. It cost me 20 or 30 quid off of eBay, and a roller. The spray gun wasn't as effective as I was hoping, but it was very good for getting into like the corners. Rather than trying to sort of stipple in with a brush, it was great to get in the corners and also along the skirtings at the bottom. It was really good for that, and around the window frames and stuff, which I've just emulsioned at the minute. I will gloss paint them at some point, but at the minute I just wanted to get it ready so I could move in, because my next job is to transfer my kids' bedrooms around, and I can't do that until I've vacated the guest room where I'm currently residing for modelling. Primed with wood primer, and then I think I've put 5 coats of emulsion. I mean, it's only a basic value trade emulsion, because the plan is at some point in the future to clad all this with tongue and groove or plastic cladding or something. So I wasn't too fussed, but I did want to sort of protect the wood and make it look sort of presentable. It hasn't gone into the OSB as well as I was hoping, so it's a bit sort of fleckily, that's not a word, flecky in places, but it just gives it a bit of texture, I guess, and it's not as stark. I'm chuffed with it, to be honest. I'm well chuffed, and I've just at the minute again I've just painted all these beams with emulsion. So I will get around to doing that again with gloss at some point, but at the minute I just wanted to get in. So yeah, that's it, finished. I'm well chuffed. I'm so happy. I've just literally had to muddle through all of this. I've never done anything like it before. The gables were very interesting. I'd measured enough OSB for the area, but that the amount I had left over for contingency, there wasn't anything big enough to actually fit these gables. So there's quite a lot of it is sort of jigsaw together, which which was interesting. It sort of tested me a bit. There's a few more joins than I'd hoped, so there's like copious amounts of no more nails and filler and stuff to try and make it work. But yeah, on the whole, it's gone okay. You know, I've had no major dramas, and I'm quite chuffed with how I've ended up, to be honest. Blowing my own trumpet a bit, but hey, you know. So yeah, the plan now. I'm waiting for an electrician, so I've got my local guy coming to sort out, because you can see here I'm wearing the grass down. So I'm going to put a path. The plan was always to put a path from the patio over to here, and I'm having some other landscape work done in the garden as well. So that's a local guy from a couple of streets over, so hopefully he'll be able to point me to a reliable electrician to get that all sorted. In the meantime, I am just going to have to run off an extension lead for a week or two, but that's fine. This is the back wall. On the back of this wall behind this is my garage, and there is a separate electrical consumer unit in that garage. So I'm hoping that the guy can just take a feed straight out the garage and come straight through this back wall, and then we'll run the wires accordingly. I was going to run all the wiring and trunk. I'm obviously doing it through trunking. I was going to run all the wiring and fit the sockets and stuff myself. But what I'm thinking now is, with the sort of discount or trade discount or whatever the electrician might be able to get, it might work out that it's not that much more expensive to just let him do it by the time he's paid less for the components than that are needed. I might just let him do it. So I'll have to see when I get to speak to somebody how much it's going to cost, if it's worth me having a go at doing it myself, or and then just, you know, letting him actually come up and sort of do the final wiring. So tomorrow, furniture being built. It's all flat pack IKEA stuff, as I said. So that'll be built tomorrow. I'm putting one bench in down here and another bench in down this side. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put my spray booth yet. So another job I've got to do is I've got to put a hole through the wall. I've bought a vent kit, tumble dryer vent kit to go through the wall, but I want to be sure that I'm putting my spray booth. I'm happy where my spray booth's going first. And then I've got to build a paint racks. I'm still a bit undecided. I've got a spare 28-inch TV, and I was going to put that on this wall and build the paint racks around it and use the TV primarily as a computer monitor, but for my laptop, but also to so I can just chill out and watch a bit of TV in here if I want to. But yeah, I need to look into that. I've currently got some research going on about sort of docking stations and how easy it's going to be to connect a laptop to a TV and that kind of stuff, because I'm not too good with technical stuff, IT and what have you. But anyway, so that's it. Like I say, furniture building and paint rack shelf making day tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully I should be able to move my stuff in tomorrow evening, hopefully. So next time I see you, this will all be fully furnished and working as a modelling cave. So thanks very much for watching. I'm going to go and have a very, very, very hot shower because my back is killing me, and I might just happen to have to have a couple of beverages as well, of the alcoholic variety. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I'll be back to you very soon with another update and hopefully a completed cave. So I'll speak to you in a bit. Cheers, guys. Take care now. Bye-bye.